Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing.
Yo prometo lealtad a la bandera de los Estados Unidos de América y a la república que representa una nación bajo Dios indivisible con libertad y justicia para todos. Pueden sentarse.
Student Sallies!
What's happening this week?
The Union Theater Group is happy to be the first Utah school to produce the full version of this brand new musical of Roald Dahl's beloved classic tale. It follows James Henry Trotter as he journeys away from his nasty aunt's home in England on a voyage across the Atlantic on a giant peach with a few monstrous bugs. The new score, written by Pasek and Paul, the writers of Dear Evan Hansen and Dogfight, is brilliantly witty and vibrant with an electric score similar to Seussical or Joseph. Hans Christian Andersen. Theater assembly on Tuesday. Bell schedule 4. Go with your 6th period class. Evening play performances Thursday and Friday at 7 to 8:30 p.m. in the Kiva.
8th grade panoramic picture, Thursday, March 30th. Spring Picture Day, also Thursday, March 30th.
Pages and popcorn, Thursday during A and B launching. Music. District Symphonic Band Festival, Thursday from 9:30 to 2 at Draper Park Middle School.
Music.
Wrecked.
Argue. Debate tournament, Thursday from 2:45 to 8:30 p.m. at Mount Jordan Middle School.
No!
School.
Yay!
Spring break is next week.
Yeah! Yay! No school until Monday, April 10th.
Woo!
Trojan Science!
Trojan Profile.
My job as SBO president is to keep everybody in line and to help them out when they need it so that their projects are complete and on time.
As Vice President of Communications, I mainly make the announcements. So all week I work on those so that everyone in the school can be informed on what's going on that week.
So, my job is to take pictures of stuff and then put it on the school social media.
Okay, my job is service. I'm in charge of all the service projects that we have at school.
I am the student recognition person, so I interview clubs and students, and then I make the video, edit things and stuff, and then I transfer them to the VP of Communication, and then she puts them in the weekly announcements, and yeah.
I'm in charge of fundraising, and I help with fundraisers.
My job is student liaison, and I help the school environment by making posters.
So, there seems to be this idea going around that in homeroom we really don't work, we just kind of mess around. And that's really not true. We actually do a lot of work. We help set up and run field day. We're in charge of field day. We brainstorm service projects. We help with parent-teacher conferences. There's a lot of brainstorming involved. So it is a lot of work, but it is also in a fun way.
Anyone can be an SBO, and if you don't win this year, try out next year. Just be friends with everybody and just have an open mind so that you can listen to what other people have to say.
There are other people who want to be SBOs. You need to make sure that you're doing well in school and you're trying your hardest and you're willing to help out a lot, because we have to stay after school a lot of the times to work on things, so you have to be willing to dedicate your time in order to serve the community.
My favorite experience as an SBO so far is parent conferences when we get free food.
I said my favorite experience was playing volleyball with the different people.
My favorite memory was the first day when I was SBO and we were walking through the halls, and then Ryan rolled this, they were having a competition on who could roll the roll of tape the farthest, and Ryan rolled the tape and it rolled into a classroom and we couldn't find it.
Set up a lot of things.
Hey Ryan, you want to come do your interview? Get over.
We actually do set up a lot of fun events.
Cheer and shout and let it all out. What is your favorite experience as an SBO so far?
I said that Ryan said that I don't know what I'm doing is also in a fun way.
Greg, you're gonna fall off.
What's up?
What's your top grade?
Care.
Reflective.
Are you sleeping restlessly, feeling irritable or moody, forgetting little things, and feeling overwhelmed and isolated? Don't worry, we've all been there. You're probably just stressed out. Stress isn't always a bad thing. It can be handy for a burst of extra energy and focus, like when you're playing a competitive sport or have to speak in public. But when it's continuous, the kind most of us face day in and day out, it actually begins to change your brain. Chronic stress, like being overworked or having arguments at home, can affect brain size, its structure, and how it functions, right down to the level of your genes. Stress begins with something called the hypothalamus-pituitary-adrenal axis, a series of interactions between endocrine glands in the brain and on the kidney, which controls your body's reaction to stress. When your brain detects a stressful situation, your HPA axis is instantly activated and releases a hormone called cortisol, which primes your body for instant action. But high levels of cortisol over long periods of time wreak havoc on your brain. For example, chronic stress increases the activity level and number of neural connections in the amygdala, your brain's fear center. And as levels of cortisol rise, electric signals in your hippocampus, the part of the brain associated with learning, memories, and stress control, deteriorate. The hippocampus also inhibits the activity of the HPA axis, so when it weakens, so does your ability to control your stress. That's not all though. Cortisol can literally cause your brain to shrink in size. Too much of it results in the loss of synaptic connections between neurons and the shrinking of your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that regulates behaviors like concentration, decision-making, judgment, and social interaction. It also leads to fewer new brain cells being made in the hippocampus. This means chronic stress might make it harder for you to learn and remember things, and also set the stage for more serious mental problems like depression and eventually Alzheimer's disease. The effects of stress may filter right down to your brain's DNA. An experiment showed that the amount of nurturing a mother rat provides its newborn baby plays a part in determining how that baby responds to stress later in life. The pups of nurturing moms turned out less sensitive to stress because their brains developed more cortisol receptors, which stick to cortisol and dampen the stress response. The pups of negligent moms had the opposite outcome, and so became more sensitive to stress throughout life. These are considered epigenetic changes, meaning that they affect which genes are expressed without directly changing the genetic code. And these changes can be reversed if the moms are swapped. But there's a surprising result. The epigenetic changes caused by one single mother rat were passed down to many generations of rats after her. In other words, the results of these actions were inheritable. It's not all bad news, though. There are many ways to reverse what cortisol does to your stressed brain. The most powerful weapons are exercise and meditation, which involves breathing deeply and being aware and focused on your surroundings. Both of these activities decrease your stress and increase the size of the hippocampus, thereby improving your memory. So don't feel defeated by the pressures of daily life. Get in control of your stress before it takes control of you.
Anyone can give up. It is the easiest thing in the world to do. But to hold it together when everyone would expect you to fail, now that is true strength.
Yeah!